Thank you for that introduction, and very glad to be here. I think the overall NEN movement and the recent TATA Dot partnership with NEN, I think, are wonderful things to happen. These things certainly did not exist 25 years ago when I was at IIT, so happy to see that you folks are using the opportunity to learn and to share and to formulate your own ideas. And maybe there are many Jamshedji Tatas and JRD Tatas and Narayan Murthis here, so wish you all the best in your lives. What I thought I would speak about for about the next 20 minutes or so is to give you my perspective of the kinds of opportunities which exist in today's world and what kind of problems are waiting to be solved. And maybe these general examples might give you some food for thought in your own careers, in your companies that you're thinking about or you already have formed, or the ideas that you're working on. And then I'll open it up for some questions and so on. So, when you look at the world of innovation and say that what are the kinds of things that come under this umbrella of this very ambitious word, what I think really draws attention is that for something to be called innovative, I think there has to be that element of novelty about it. It has to be something which is, relatively speaking, a new concept, a new product, a new process, or a new idea, whatever. There is that element of novelty. But innovation also has this dimension of adding capability to somebody. It has to add new capability to the organization which is claiming to be innovative. It has to add new capability to the customers of that organization or the prospective customers of that organization. So it is really the tilt towards the outcomes which distinguishes innovation from pure invention. Invention is generating new ideas. It is about creating new concepts. It's about discovering new principles. It is about exploring where nobody has gone before. But invention by itself is a milestone in achieving the outcome, but it's not the outcome itself. So very simply put, if you want to look at it as a block diagram, invention is a process which is money in and ideas out. So in some sense it is a sink for money. You have to invest money, and all that you get out of the invention process are very interesting concepts, patents, publications, maybe speeches at events like this and so on, to say that, hey, this is a great idea. Innovation, on the other hand, is ideas in and impact out. Now, impact can be in multiple forms. As entrepreneurs or budding entrepreneurs, you would obviously like to create impact in a financial sense. You might like to earn revenues or profits or grow your businesses and so on and so on, which is good. Financial impact is the most obvious kind of impact. The second kind of outcome or impact is a brand that you can create. And having a brand impact is one step removed from financial impact, because eventually a brand also has to generate money financially to be sound. But as an intermediate step, a brand impact is also good to have. The third kind of impact could be internal capability. You might do something very innovative that adds to the capability of some internal stakeholder of yours. It could be yourself, it could be your family, your friends, your company, workforce, your partners, whatever. It's a soft factor. Again, it's a secondary factor to earning money eventually. Just like brand, capability is a necessary step towards generating financial return. But sometimes that by itself is good enough as an innovative thing. Lastly, innovation impact could be societal. In fact, there is a whole sub-branch of innovation that is called social entrepreneurship, which basically says that the intent of the innovation is to be self-sustaining for sure, but the larger goal is to bring some larger impact to society in some manner. So, innovation as a process, if you look at it very simplistically, is ideas in on the input side and impact out on the output side. And impact can be financial, can be brand, it can be capability, or it can be societal. And any or all of these are good to have. So if you go look at this landscape to say that, well, can I generate ideas in on my own and do the whole process end to end? Sure, you can. That is, you couple the invention process building block and you put the innovation process building block and you kind of hook them up side by side. So you put money in, you get ideas out. Those ideas you put it into your innovation process and see which of those ideas can you now generate impact out. That's nice to have. That's what large companies do. I mean, I run research and development in TCS and I also run innovation in TCS. So I have lots and lots of investments in different exciting research areas, and then that flows through the pipeline, and then eventually we convert them into impact in our own business, which is nice. What do you do as an entrepreneur? Obviously, you cannot afford to do a lot of R&D. So you probably will start with the ideas in phase, and then try to create impact out, which is essentially just the innovation process. So what you have to do is to pick the ideas and then see what kind of impact can you generate. So let me now drill down on that process and tell you what kind of problems can you solve. Then you can go do all the hard work of actually solving those problems. The first kind or class of problems that you can try to solve are what I would call efficiency problems. Efficiency problems are captured by this phrase called faster, better, cheaper as a tagline. So what you try to do is you look at something which is there already. It could be a product, it could be a process, it could be a human interaction, it could be anything. And you just try to improve it from an efficiency perspective. Essentially you say, well, if this particular car is running at 15 kilometers to the liter, here is some additional innovative tweak that I've done which enables people who buy my innovative idea from my company and makes that car or that scooter or whatever it is go at 25 kilometers to the liter. It's an efficiency play. So you've created a product idea, you've created a process idea, you've created something which is faster, better, cheaper than anything which already exists, and maybe that will be successful. So that class of problems is very worthy in the sense that it is very easily consumable. You don't have to sell the base concept afresh. People are already doing whatever they're doing. You're just making it go faster, better, cheaper. And therefore, it might be an easier on-ramp. The second class of problems that you can probably look at are what are called simplification problems. If something is happening, a process, a product, a practice, which is extremely difficult, extremely convoluted, and it is not easy to understand. Like, for example, writing exams. I'm sure most of you are closer to writing exams in your life than I am in my life. The last exam I wrote was probably a couple of decades ago. But it is still a pretty convoluted process to write an exam. Now, if you can simplify that process of actually judging the intellectual capability of an individual in a given area of knowledge, you have simplified the process of taking exams. Maybe that's an innovative idea that you can pursue. So that class of problems called simplification is also a very ripe area of innovation. Third class of problems are in the area of security, in the area of privacy, in the area of governance, of risk, of safety, of compliance with regulation, and so on. These, like we said, faster, better, cheaper in the first category. This class of problems can also be described by a similar phrase called fear, uncertainty, doubt, and